Hey, everybody, welcome to the Unholy Brotherhood of the Electric Church. It's episode 3. We are back. It's Sunday, February 5th, 2023. As always, I'm Dustin, the host, one of the hosts, the co host, and this is my partner, Will. We're on here. We're going to bring you everything you didn't know that you needed. We've got some news for you, as always. We've got a great show today. We've been planning this one all week. So let's go ahead and kick it off. How was your week, Will? How'd everything go this week?
It was good. Very good week. Good weekend. Ready for the Super Bowl next weekend. It was a good week, man. It was great. How was yours?
Uh, you know, same old, same old. Just working, trying to get through the week, trying to get to Sunday so we get this recorded. Um, as always, stupid thoughts, things happen. I drive a lot, so it's just, man, I don't want to do this on a weekly basis. But I got cut off a couple times this week while I drive. Like I said, I drive a lot. And old people, man, just old people driving. You know how they are in this area. So I was out in the Waynesboro area, and this guy, he almost caused a pretty bad traffic accident. He's like 92 years old, and you know how they are. They don't have any reflexes at all. So he didn't even jump, flinch, or anything. He didn't brace for impact. I'm slamming on my brakes. I'm like, holy shit, trying to stop. And there's this dude with Vanta black sunglasses on, the darkest black you could imagine. And I understand they have bad eyes because of their cataract surgeries and shit, but you know what? You have bad eyes. You don't want to cover them up with the darkest material known to man. You, you get what I'm saying? You've seen them out
Yeah.
here. And I think personally, and I used to say like 60, but 60 is the new 50. So I'd say like at 70, 75, these motherfuckers are a danger to themselves. I love old people, veterans, whatever, but they're a danger not only to us, but to themselves. And if they want to live to see, 80 and 90, they should probably get recertified, like a basic physical, an eye test, because they're going to kill someone out here and it's going to be me, and I'm going to be pretty pissed off. I'm going to come back down and they're going to be so loose from getting hit because they have zero reflexes. They're going to live through the fucking thing. I'm going to come back and haunt them until the day they die. The next 10 days that they live, I'm going to be there.
So that's what they have to look forward to uh after death. Well, after you die.
Yeah, I'm coming back for them. I'll be a fucking poltergeist, dude. I'll destroy their entire house. All their lamps from like the 1940s that they have,
Yeah.
they're just going to get trashed.
Turn their granddaughters and grandsons into like little omen kids.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to fucking possess them. I'm going to skip the poltergeist stage and I'm just going to go to Satan and be like, hey, you need a demon? Because this old dude killed me and I need to wreak havoc on his life. So, yeah, I got that. We've been doing the stuff for the shows. We clip everything up for you guys that way. So if you don't have time to sit and listen to an hour episode, we clip them. And then that's just been another thing that's kind of bit my week up a little bit. Like there's this Karen on there. And I've talked a little bit about my kids. I don't go into super detail, but I got 3 of them. And I made a post about boy moms and shit. It's just I think the boy mom stickers, the boy mom slogan in general is stupid. Like you're a mom. You're just a parent. Like it doesn't matter what gender child you have. I think it's stupid. And I said all kids are idiots anyway. So this Karen's on there and she's talking about like not all kids are idiots, you are. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but I was even more of an idiot when I was a kid, you fucking dumbass. Like, come on, Loretta, Lorraine, Karen, you were born in fucking 1820s, so your Amish ass probably didn't fucking have idiot kids back then because they were tending the fields and shit. But prior to or after that time, this is 2022. Look at what the 2023. Look at what the kids are doing these days.
Right. Right.
Kids are idiots. Change my mind. You can't. It's not going to happen. Even the smartest kid is an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, they make bad decisions. There's
We
no
made
way
bad.
around.
Even as an adult, you're still an idiot sometimes.
Right.
You're never fully cured. So our job as adults and parents and community members is to make sure that the kids aren't as big of an idiot or assholes.
Agreed.
You know, I think my kids are great. Everybody thinks their kids are great. Reality check, they're not as fucking great as you think they are. They're not. I've been around plenty of them. I don't like any of them. I don't even like mine half the time. I love them and I provide for them, but I don't love them or like them. I mean, they just sometimes they irritate me. So, Karen, stay off of Facebook. It wasn't made for people born before 1922, okay? That's my message to her. So, yeah, that kind of, those are the two biggest things of my week that I kind of had a problem with. It just drivers and stupid people on social media.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. I feel the same way. I feel pretty much the same way as you.
I'm a stupid person on social media too sometimes. So, I mean, I get it, but there's a way to be a troll and do it good to where people can have a laugh. That fell flat on her face. It just didn't work. Kids aren't idiots. You are. She's probably a fucking, volunteer. She probably doesn't even, she probably just volunteers at soup kitchens. And I'm sitting here blasting her, and she's probably a great person, but she's got a false idea of the world.
Yeah, you're right, man.
She's
You're
probably
right.
one of those people that they smoke marijuana. Oh my goodness, they were smoking cigarettes on the corner. Why on earth would they ever do that? You know,
Right.
probably her. Because they're fucking idiots. That's why. And guess what? I was the worst one when I was a kid.
Oh, I don't think that we're gonna debate that one.
But you're not going to debate whether kids are idiots either. Maybe not the savants, those kids that are like playing Mozart and shit, but they're probably idiots in their own. So, like, think about it in this way: like, they're smarter, so their fuck ups are more monumental than like my 3-year-old coloring on the wall.
Right.
Like these little smart, like baby Einsteins and shit. You like 2 years old, you know how to code and shit. Say it's like Joe Biden's grandson or something, or someone's grandson in a high political position. And he's 2 years old, and he's just a little smart kid. He walks into the office, nobody thinks anything of it because he's just a little kid. That baby gets up there and he gets the nuclear launch codes and shit, and he just bombs everybody. But he's an idiot because he didn't know any better. He just thought he was going to play a game on the computer. But he's an idiot. It's an idiotic thing to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
you're
not
right.
doubting the intelligence of children. We all know kids are smart. They just do dumb shit.
They do.
Yeah. I guess that's really all I have to say about that. I don't know. It's just fucking kids, man. Like, don't kids and Karens. Like, why'd she have to come on like that? That must have. She's probably wearing a nightgown, like a flowery nightgown with sleeves, like that. She has every surface area of her skin concealed. And like when her and her husband have sex, they do it through a hole in the sheet, like in the Handsmaid Tale. Like they don't even look at each other's skin or anything. And she's just morally outraged that I said that kids were idiots.
That's rough.
She's gonna come back for me, man. She's gonna be like waiting there. She's probably gonna find out where I live and just come. You thought so? She's gonna be like Carrie's mom, like from Carrie the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Put those dirty fellows away.
She's gonna come stomping on your doorstep and start stomping on your door.
Yeah, she is. She's gonna get in too. She's gonna be like, little pig, let me in. Say, get the fuck away from here, big bag Karen. Get from around my door.
Right?
Man, I don't know. So, what all we got this week? You got any? I'm sure you've been looking for things that I can be outraged about just because you like to fuck with me. You
Yeah,
like you
I
like it
do.
when this shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty unexpected last week, but Boy, it worked out perfect, man. You kind of just fell right into that spider's web, didn't you?
Yeah, dude, fuck them robots.
All
You know
right.
what? I didn't
Well,
even before you get into that, I didn't even think about it last week. Like, think about this: the guy had an issue tipping a robot, and they didn't give him enough ice because of a broken machine.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I just put that together like a couple days ago. I'm like, I started thinking about it. I'm like, I got into the whole thing about the robot, but is the bigger issue that you want him to tip the robot when you can't even get your fucking ice machine working?
I know. I was wondering about that too. It's like if your waitress or waiter doesn't bring you ice when you ask for it, that's going to be less of a reason to tip them. But in this case, the entire machine was broken, and that's part of the, I guess, robot staff that you're supposed to be tipping. I mean, it makes no sense. Tipping a robot is asinine.
It is. It indeed is asinine. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But maybe instead of getting robot wait staff, he should get a robot mechanic that could fix his fucking ice machine too while he's at it. Maybe increase the tip to 15%.
No shit.
Get a robot that actually fucking does some work.
Get a robot that actually works.
You're gonna get up there. It's gonna be like, we're gonna be floating around in like 2055, and you're gonna be going out to eat at your restaurant. You're gonna have two robots when you walk in. It's gonna be the hostess and the waiter robot. You're gonna be waiting to get seated for like 20 minutes because these two fucking robots are just cutting it up, talking about nuts and bolts and shit. They're just sitting there having this conversation, like you're waiting to get seated. Just two fucking robots just having a whole conversation, ignoring you.
Sounds like a Jetsons episode.
It does. It does. Fucking Rosie.
God damn it, Rosie.
Rosie and Rhonda up there just cutting it up. They don't even give a fuck about you. The fucking dishwasher in the back's just banging away. The ice machine's out of service. But
I
these two
know, man.
robots are just sitting on their ass talking about fucking nuts and bolts.
All right, well, we'll get into some news, okay? You pick. I'm gonna give you two of them that I thought were interesting. You pick the one you want to go with first. Some of you might have seen this because it actually did make pretty. It was headline news for sure. So this one is from WGN 9. This was posted on January 30th, and the title reads Suburban school worker charged with stealing 1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the district. So that's the first one. All right. And then the next one is another really interesting one. And this one is titled How Thieves Are Stealing Hyundais and Kias with Just a USB Cable. And this started as a TikTok challenge where this guy was in this Kia. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Kia. He broke out the entire uh, ignition compartment, and he was able to put just a USB cord, like a USB charger, in there. Turned it like he would have if he had the key in the ignition, and it started right up. So apparently, this is going on all over the place because the follow up article with this one reads, and this is from News 4 Washington, NBC 4 Washington. This one reads Maryland woman's Kia was stolen twice thanks to the TikTok challenge that's raising insurance rates. And the TikTok challenge she's referring to is the one that I just spoke about. So, Dustin, which one you want to go with first, buddy? And then we'll go a little more into detail with it.
It's raising insurance rates?
Apparently, that's what it says
What kind
and
of horse shit is that?
I don't know. That's what it
Well,
says.
man, I was thinking, the chicken wings one is near and dear to my heart because I love chicken wings, but I think we got to go and into some detail about this Kia thing, man. That's I didn't like when we had talked earlier this week. I just, you didn't have the follow-up story.
Right.
And I think it's interesting because I've seen they have these little fobs and shit that you see on TikTok. I can't remember the name of them. They're like little orange things, and you can like hack into like Teslas and shit like that with those. So I mean, I kind of had a gist of, but like raising insurance rates, like that's fucking horrible.
Well,
Like
let me
so,
read. Go ahead.
The owner of the vehicle's being penalized for something they can't even help, and something that probably isn't going to happen. Let's not lie about it. Insurance is a fucking fraud half the time anyway. They just raise rates for like, oh, we noticed that, whenever you step into your car, you have a likelihood to fucking hit your head on the door frame. So we're going to jack your insurance rate up by 10%. And it's like some bogus fucking claim just so they can pay you more money. And then when you do have an accident, they want to fucking fight you tooth and nail on actually paying out any kind of claim. They want to say that it's your fault. So I mean, insurance is always already fucked up. Now you got these jackasses adding on top of it.
Let's go. Let's go a little bit more in depth with the article. All right, we're gonna start with the first one. This one was published from the Drive, and it was the title is "How Thieves Are Stealing Hyundais and Kias with Just USB Cable." What I'll do is I'll read the first paragraph or so. It starts out thieves across the United States are eyeing Hyundai and Kia models as easy targets, thanks in part to the viral social media post. Essentially, if it's a modern car from one of those automakers that doesn't utilize push button start, they can fire up the car and drive away in less than a minute. The only tool required is something that can be found in about every vehicle, and that's a USB charger. I heard on the radio on the way to work the other day that the state police was actually telling people to make sure if you drive a Hyundai or a Kia, not to leave your cell phone charger within plain view, because basically at this point it's just a spare key to start up the car. So, an uptick in thefts for both brands have been recorded in several states over the past year. This tracks with increased numbers of people watching and sharing videos of Milwaukee based Kia boys and whipping around in stolen Korean cars. And it goes on more. What are your thoughts on that one?
That's crazy. Like I thought, because I'm looking at the article too. Like when you gave me that it's from the Drive, I thought that that was like for more of like a push start. I thought that like because you say USB, that's what you think, but it's just the USB's a fucking key. Like it's just they're sticking it in.
Exactly. Yep.
Like there's no device that's connected to it. So these
Nope.
cars are so fucking janky. And I don't even like and we all used to laugh at Hyundais and Kias. Now they got some sleek fucking cars. But so you think about it, you go get you a Telluride, that nice big SUV from Kia. I think it's Kia that makes that one. So you get this nice Telluride, you drop about 55, $60,000 on it. It's fully loaded, and some dumbass from Milwaukee drinking Milwaukee's best ice comes up, and he just fucking pops that USB cord in there, and he's gone with your fucking $60,000 car. You can't do that shit to a Cadillac.
Right. I watched the video. I actually saw the TikTok before I saw this article come out, and I thought it was fake because I think the video was only like maybe 8, 9 seconds long. All he did was just rip the compartment that the ignition switch is in. He ripped it off and got down to, I guess, like the bare factory before they put all the covers on it. He just stuck it right in like a key and started it up, man. Nothing else. It was shit simple.
So that's wild. Like, who does that fall on then? Is it the shithead that's stealing the car because he's exploiting it, or is it Kia and Hyundai for making a shitty product?
Man, I don't know.
Or do they share the blame? That's a piece of shit car, in my opinion. I like we have $100,000 or 100,000 mile powertrain extensive warranty, whatever, but you might get your fucking car stolen by a USB charge cable.
it's
Okay,
it's really that simple too.
that's crazy. Like there's no security there at all. Like that's wild. I would
Well,
never imagine.
let's do this. Let's go to the follow-up article here. And this one is the one that I said earlier. This is from NBC for Washington. Maryland woman's key is stolen twice thanks to TikTok challenge that's raising insurance rates. And I'll just read the first article or the first couple paragraphs. Like many residents around the DMV on Wednesday, Lexi spent her morning brushing fresh snow off the windshield of her Mazda 3. It's a used car from Laurel, Maryland. Residents, their Laurel, Maryland resident recently bought from a family member after her Kia Optima was stolen twice as part of the social media Kia challenge. She has a quote here. Let me go through this. As after costly repairs, Lexi and her Kia made it back on the road, but in December it was taken again, this time from the Laurel Town Center parking lot. Her Kia Optima hasn't been seen since. The Kia challenge started on TikTok, showing how certain older model Kias and Hyundais can be stolen with the USB cord. The thefts have skyrocketed around the country. Now, some insurance companies are raising rates and refusing to accept new customers with certain Kias and Hyundais because of the increased cost of replacements and repairs. That's why rates are going up.
But it's jeopardizing, or it's putting the consumer, like, a lot of people rely on Hyundais and Kias because of the entry point on the pricing. So I mean, you're putting it back on. So it's like we're gonna jack you. I understand not rate or not, insuring it at all, but still at the same time, if you're a vehicle company selling a vehicle that can't be insured, like that should fall on you. I'm reading in uh, their response, all their responses, at least from Hyundai, has made engine immobilizer standard on all models uh, previous of 2021. So
Okay.
it's like, but that's not even addressing the issue. It's not even fixing the fucking problem. Like maybe you fix your goddamn ignition and put something on there where it can't get stolen by something as simple as a USB cord.
Right.
You got your cars out here that can't be insured, and we'll just put engine immobilizers on it. That'll fix the issue. No, it won't. The car's still going to get stolen. It's not going to get immobilized until after you report it to the police. And think about this, then they have tracking devices and shit in your car. Like it's good when your car gets stolen, but for all intents and purposes, it's not good to have a private company tracking your movements at all. And then selling that data to the fucking United States government. In my opinion, I don't want a fucking tracker in my car. I mean, I have one in my company car, but that's a little different.
Right.
It's not my car, my personal car. And I think that has a tracker and it's a Toyota. And I think that fucking thing knows where I'm going. It always tells me your car's parked here, your car's parked there. It's like, but we just make them engine immobilizers. That's fixing the issue. That's putting a fucking band-aid on it.
What they need to do is they need to send out a major recall notices and just make it a major recall. Send or bring your Kia, your Hyundai into the dealership and just have them completely change the ignition. It's going to cost the companies a lot of money. There's no question about that. But imagine what they're saving the consumer, because now the consumer can walk out in the morning and know that their car is going to be there and some guy didn't steal it with their iPhone charger or
It's gonna
whatever.
it's gonna save the consumer. Ultimately, it's gonna save them too. I mean, think
Right.
about the lawsuits and shit. Like, I'm sure someone has talked to a lawyer,
Right.
or a lawyer has, went on their own accord and it's going to be the next commercial we see on Jerry Springer in the morning. Have you owned a Kia from 2010 through 2021? You may be
Yeah,
entitled to compensation. It's going to be fucking Saul Goodman on the TV going after Hyundai and Kia.
exactly.
The problem
Exactly.
with that is you get these huge class action settlement lawsuits, and when you respond to it, you end up getting like a $5 check because the company settles for like 5 billion, but they have to pay millions upon millions of people,
Right.
and it all depends on the extent of the damages to you.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
So it's a fucked up situation for everybody, man. And the insurance companies, I'm sure, are pouncing on it. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart to provide that service or that coverage for their employees by or for their consumers by raising rates. No, they're doing it because they say cha-ching, we're about to get these bitches. We're about to add $20 to that bill, just like the dude with the robot. They say, you see what that dude with the robot did? We about to do it to the insurance policy, brother. You
You know,
know,
the thing is the USB will just start the car. So it's still, you still need the key to get into it unless you're just going to smash the window. So, I mean, I don't know. You got to think of, would it be that costly to them? I mean, I know it probably would be more cost. They don't want to pay it out regardless, but at least it's not one of those things where, well, I don't know, man. You probably know better than I would. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know, man. It'll be interesting. You know, it's a foreign company too. Maybe they just say we don't care. They sell a ton of vehicles overseas and shit. Like, I mean, I'm sure we're their biggest market or one of their biggest markets, but I don't know. We're American, man. We're used to
Right.
being able to tell everybody to fuck off because we run the world. So, you know, will Hyundai or Kia Motors say that same thing? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on the sector of their market. I mean, I'm sure they're not getting the money for their vehicles. Like it probably be the same vehicle in America that they would get in, say, India. Like they're not getting the same amount in money, you know. So I don't know.
Right.
I think they need to fix the shit though. You got people driving around out here, and whether you still need to get in the car or not, I mean, it's easy to pop into a vehicle and just, you know, you put a clothes hanger down in there and just, you really don't even need to do that. You could just get something to hit that unlock button if it's
Right.
on the door, you know.
Well, they're going to have to do something.
I mean, maybe they could talk to this woman that, you know, found out a way to embezzle $1.5 million in chicken wings. I mean, she's pretty creative. You got to give her that.
All right, we'll move on to that one because I think that this is a good one. And like I said, I think this got definitely national news coverage. But for those of you that didn't hear about it or see it, once again, this article is published from Chicago's very own WGN9. Article published on January 30th. Suburban school worker charged with stealing 1.5 million worth of chicken wings from the district. And the article states, this is in Harvey, Illinois. The food service director for an impoverished South suburban school district is accused of stealing 1.5 million worth of food, mainly chicken wings, according to court documents reviewed by WGN. Vera Liddell, 66, worked for Harvey School District 152 for more than a decade. According to a LinkedIn account associated with her name, the massive fraud began at the height of COVID during a time when students were not allowed to be physically present in school. Even though the children were learning remotely, the school district continued to provide meals for the students that their families could pick up. Court records accused Liddell of ordering more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings from the school district's food provider and then picking up the order in a district cargo van. The food was never brought to the school or provided to the students. District funds were used to pay for the food, according to prosecutors, who did not reveal what became of the chicken wings.
That's wild. Like, I mean, we all love chicken wings, but are we going to go to that extent? I mean, and they say it's a class X felony. So, a class X felony in the state of Illinois, if you're found guilty, you won't get probation, and you may face a man. How do you say you're not going to get probation, and you may face a mandatory jail sentence of 6 to 30 years? No, if it's what they're saying, if you're found guilty, you're not getting probation. The lightest you're going to get off is like a 6 to 30 because it's a mandatory sentence. Like, I mean, she's 66 years old, so does it really matter anyway? 6 years should be 72. But the fact of remains is we've all been affected by inflation. Doesn't mean you go out and steal chicken wings from a school district. Those kids, think about them little kids now sitting at home. They were on there on their iPads having a hard enough time learning, and you got to deal with this asshole stealing their food from out right out of their mouths. Didn't even get a chance to get to the plate.
Well, it says here in this paragraph, the scheme was uncovered by the district's business manager during a routine mid-year audit. The manager found the district was 300,000 over its annual food service budget despite only being halfway through the school year. So through that audit, they knew there was a big chunk missing. Uh due to Court records say employees of the district's food provider, Gordon Food Service, were all familiar with the defendant due to the massive amount of chicken wings she would purchase. Well, that was probably a dead giveaway.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, why you buy that's a lot of chicken wings, dude. Like I don't know the size of the school district, but that's a lot of chicken wings. Like who are you? Like she's either having block parties like every Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday at her house and other food items. So I mean, maybe she's stealing some nacho cheese, some tortilla chips, some little smokies. You know, maybe she give them back to the community. Or
uh,
maybe she, I don't know what she did. Like, how'd you store all that shit? Like, I
I
can't
don't
imagine,
know.
like, she don't have a mansion or anything. Like, she's not rich. So, where the fuck did you put all those chicken wings?
I don't know, bro. It's not after that last paragraph I read, there's really not much more to it. I mean, I don't think we'll ever figure out what really happened here. It's gonna probably forever be a mystery in time.
We need to see how big this woman is because that may be the fucking answer to the whole thing.
Well, look her up. I
So,
mean, you can look it up. Google image. She doesn't look very big, but all I'm seeing is like a mug shot. So she may be bigger, like neck down. But from what I'm seeing, she's not a big woman. She doesn't appear to be a big woman.
no, not at all. So, yeah, look here. I'll share it. Like, you know what she looks like? She looks like a fucking crackhead. I mean, tell me that that is not the face of crack or some kind of substance. Like, so I think we know what happened to those wings. I think we know. I think that she was probably trading wings for some rocks, you know, or something. I mean, or maybe she was selling them. She was getting them and selling them to like Amazon Fresh or something. Maybe she's an Amazon affiliate and she just has that where she was getting them and posting them on Amazon, fresh chicken wings. And I mean, this when it started, I guess that was before we had the inflationary prices due to the avian flu or whatever the fuck they're blaming that shit on. And you know what? This they that's a whole nother topic conversation. We're not going down that road. But why do you need to steal all them goddamn chicken wings?
Well, not only that, the price of everything went up during and especially after COVID. So if this was pre-COVID, God, the school system was probably getting those chicken wings for like dirt cheap, man. So in order to steal, what is it, 1.3 million of them? I mean, that's just an insane 1.5 million. I'm sorry. That's an insane amount. How did she not think she was going to eventually get busted for that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess it helped that kids weren't in school at that point. So because that would be the giveaway if they were in school and they're like, where's all this food going? But I guess it helps that they weren't in school and it's not like the parents are going to be like, hey, we were supposed to get our lunch sent to our house today and all we got was this raggy ass fucking bologna and cheese. We're supposed to have hot wings. Who gives hot wings to kids anyway, like as a school lunch? Like, we never got shit like that.
Well, I don't know if it was hot wings. It was just chicken wings.
What
They didn't
chicken wings?
say,
What are you making with chicken wings?
well, I'm just reading the article.
Uh,
Um, you got go ahead. You got anything else for that one?
so going at retail prices of like I think they're 10-pound bags at Sam's Clubs. At retail prices, I think it's about $29.99 for a 10-pound bag of chicken wings, frozen chicken wings. That's 50,000 bags, 10-pound bags of chicken wings. That's 500 fucking thousand pounds of chicken wings, dude.
God.
Where did they go? That's the answer I need. What did you do with the chicken wings?
Well, if we get any more information on that or there's like a follow-up article, we'll definitely bring it back up in future episodes. I think we want to solve this case, don't you?
I do. She looks like she got bed bugs and mice.
Not
So,
chicken
but
wings, not chicken wings and rice.
No, no chicken wings and rice, bed bugs and mice. Maybe she had a colony of fucking mice and she was just feeding chicken wings too. She's like Willard,
Oh
like the fucking
God.
rat king. She's the rat queen. She looks like she's got a rat nest in her fucking hair.
Oh my God. All right, I got. You know what? I said I have one more for you. I actually have two because the fourth one, the fourth article we do is a robot news article, and I definitely want to get your opinion on that one. Now, this one here is some might call it dark, and some might call it I don't know what you call it, cruel, but this was posted Thursday, and this is posted by MSN, and it's a category they have called best life. So I guess it's like a health or wellness, whatever. But the title of the article is Parents Leave Infant Boy at Airline's Check In Desk After Being Told They Need to Buy a Separate Ticket for Him. A couple traveling to Tel Aviv to from Tel Aviv to Brussels abandoned their baby at the check-in desk after being told they had to buy an extra ticket for the child. The pair reportedly tried to get through security to board the plane at Ben Gurion Airport, but were forced to return to the terminal and subsequently detained by police. There's not much more than that. There's a quote here. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
How old was the baby? Did it say? Does it say how old the baby is? Because that's
I'm I'm looking here. I
my
thought it was an 11. It's an infant boy. I thought it said somewhere 11-month old, but I could be wrong.
yeah. So I mean, they shouldn't have left their child at all. But man, so they're leaving from Israel, Tel Aviv, to go to Belgium, and they have to like they just leave they're either unable or unwilling. So they boarded the flight.
Yeah,
What the hell is their problem? Like I'm trying to wrap my mind around this.
they just left the baby at the check-in desk. They just left him right on the desk.
What the fuck is their problem? Like I was about to go because I don't like companies for some reason, but I mean, because I was about to go down. That's what they should have done instead of leaving their fucking kid sit there, this little baby in a car seat carrier, and you're just like, oh, this little fucker, little Jonathan can't get on the fucking airplane, so we need to rush off. Come on, we got a flight. We got to go to Belgium. What the fuck is in Belgium anyway?
Beer.
A fucking Bavarian Inn. You got beer and pretzels. So I mean, that's like, what's your rush? But they should have fucking, tried to say, hey, why do I need a fucking ticket for a baby that I can carry? I think most flights, I think 3 and under, you can put them on your lap.
Yeah, it says something else about that in here too, but how did that conversation go? Did he look at her and did he say the guy, did he look at his wife and was like, "All right, sweetie, what do you think we should do?" And she was just like, "Just leave the baby. We're good. Let's go."
No, she was probably like, I don't know. It's up to you. It's like a whole dinner thing. Like, I don't care. What do you want to do? And then he's just like, fuck it. Let's go. We got a trip. We need to get to Brussels right now.
That's so wrong, man.
And he's like, they got that new taco at the fucking restaurant there in Brussels. We got to catch this flight. We can't wait. Someone's going to get our seat. Instead of like saying, hey, it's a little fucking kid. Maybe
Right.
it's because they had it in the carrier though. But at that point, take the baby out of the fucking carrier and just leave it. Like, go get another one. They're cheap. They're not that
You,
expensive.
I'm sorry for even laughing at that. And I'm not laughing at the fact that this infant was left abandoned. I'm laughing at the fact that how idiotic his parents were. And even that's not very funny, but what's going through your head?
Yeah, I've always said it. Like, you have to take a driver's test. You have to, wait until you're a certain age to drink. Like, all these prohibitions on certain things or limitations and licensing requirements, but anybody can have a fucking kid. Like, these two idiots not only have this one child, but so say this child gets taken, the fucking losers can have another one.
Right.
Like, who's stopping them? Who's stopping them from having, they can have another kid. Jeffrey Dahmer could have got out of jail and had a kid, you know, fucking, and it's not to take like things away from people, but that is something I think maybe we should step in and say, hey, you know, you're a little high on like the psychopath level, or maybe like Forrest Gump, like your IQ is only like fucking 72, dude. Don't think it's a good idea for you to be responsible for another human being's lives. So maybe we need to snip, sterilize you. You can still have sex, but you're shooting blanks. That baby batter ain't gonna have much in it. No tadpoles for you, buddy.
Ain't gonna have no juice.
No juice, nothing behind it, man. It's like a non-alcoholic beer. That's what you're shooting. Because I mean, like I said, what's stopping them from doing this shit again or having another child? Like, so if they're willing to leave their kids at a fucking airport check-in booth, what else have they subjected that child to, or would they in the future?
Well, they just left him. They didn't. It wasn't a booth or nothing. It was when you go to check in to board your flight. They just left him right on the desk. From what it says here on this article, just like, all right, plop, see ya, bud.
It's like the new fire hall. Like, here, we're just gonna sit you here as a basket. It's the baby Moses floating down the fucking river. He's
It's
it's the baby Moses. He's floating down. He's rolling down on the baggage claim thing.
I'm telling you, man, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Wow, you got to be a special kind of stupid to even formulate that idea. Like to even have that cross your head. Like we're just gonna leave the kid. Like just to have that as an idea. How stupid are you? Pretty fucking stupid.
Right.
Wow, what a bunch of jackasses, man.
All right. Well, the last one is, I guess you would say, slightly more lighthearted. This is some robot news because anybody that listened to last week's episode just knows Dustin is a huge fan of robots. True or false?
No, I like robots. I don't like fucking people that want to get robots and have to have us like subsidize their dumbass ideas. This fucking robot waiter. I can't wait to see what you have here because if it's as stupid as last week, we're in for a fucking treat, guys. Give me that.
Well, I guess we'll see. This one was posted by CNBC on February 1st. Title is Robots Could Surpass Workers at Amazon by 2030, Kathy Wood says. Key points in this article. This is a quote from Kathy Wood. We are just at the dawn of the robotic age, and I would say artificial intelligence and battery technology are all part of that movement as well. Amazon, and that was end quote. This is a new key point. Amazon had more than 1.6 million workers at the end of 2021, according to its most recent annual report. Woods Arc Innovation ETF just finished its best month ever, but is still down dramatically over the past 2 years. And they're just saying the growth of automation in the workplace will accelerate the decade, with robot workers possibly surpassing human employees at one of the biggest companies, which is Amazon, of course. Amazon's use of automated robots will dramatically change the company's workforce in the coming years. Amazon is adding about 1,000 robots a day. If you compare the number of robots Amazon has to the number of employees, it's about a third. And we believe by the year 2030, Amazon can have more robots than employees. So about a third of Amazon's current workforce right now is robots.
Yeah, you see that. And I'm in a lot of warehouses and I see this kind of stuff like through my day job. So like P&G, I think that technically Procter and Gamble is totally automated, the one that's down in Inwood.
Right.
So it's got robots, but it also has like a large amount of employees also. I mean, someone has to route the specific paths and everything. Someone has to, there's programmers. So I mean, yeah, I could get down with robots working at Amazon just because they're still gonna we're gonna have to have humans unless you have a fully automated, like autonomous 100% AI that can walk and talk like a human. You still need some human interface there. Now you're not gonna you maybe you don't have Joe out there loading the dock or loading the truck off the dock. You have a robot doing it, but Joe needs to maybe improve his skills and look somewhere else. Or who's going to work on the robots, when they need maintenance? So there's still going to be jobs there. Amazon has, for me, my priority on Amazon, maybe they should get a fucking robot to have some better decision making when they decide who they're going to ship shit with. Like they'll send me a small little fucking pack of Valentine's Day cards through their Prime delivery, but they send me like a fucking 100-pound desk through the United States Parcel Service. So maybe they should have a fucking robot making that decision before they start taking jobs away from the blue collar. That's my opinion on that. But as a whole, robots doing that compared to robots selling a drink, it's a little bit different. I mean, I am concerned because we're not far away from the AI either, like becoming a part of a robot. I think we still need to work on the mechanics of how robots move. So like before we're in like an iRobot or, something like that, where they look like humans or at least humanoid. But AI is rapidly advancing. So yeah, people can be out of job. That's gonna suck for me too. You think about it, because I sell to vending and micro markets with one of my feet a robot. I'm gonna fucking take a hey guys, we're taking out the Fritos and the Pepsis. We're putting in canned oil and canned air for the robots. I got to spray my joints. I'm sore, Bob. I was out there on that dock and it got a little wet. My titanium joints are clicking. You got some of that oil from the CRH guy?
Well, apparently Kathy Woods would rather see oil and grease rather than blood, sweat, and tears.
But then also Kathy Woods is, as you said, the chief investment officer at ARK Invest. They've taken a pretty substantial hit, I think, since 2021. And she was speaking in when she made this conference. It was at a Bitcoin convention. I wonder
What?
how Bitcoin worked out for her. Because I mean, they took a massive shit on everybody. She was probably one of those dudes or one of those people that were supporting that dude, that Sam Bankman Fried or whatever his name is, that dude that scammed everybody.
Right.
That's the Bernie Madoff of the fucking 2020s, dude. That dude pulled the wool over everybody's eyes.
He did.
We didn't know he was such a nice guy. Oh yeah. But I mean, her opinion, she looks a little fucking crazy too. So maybe I don't take her opinion. Like, there's a lot that goes into automating a fucking warehouse, and just one warehouse, a lot of money. Now, if they start passing that cost on to us, like I said before, no one fucking told you to go out and buy a 50, 60, $100,000 robot. So don't pass that shit off on me. You could have paid the fucking salary for people 40,000 a year. One robot can do 10 people's jobs. I don't know. Let's talk to John Henry and see how he feels. Man, he made it through that goddamn tunnel and he beat that steam engine rate.
Right.
Big fucking bad John, buddy.
Dustin doesn't care what you paid for your robot. You shouldn't have bought the son of a bitch.
That's the moral of the story. I don't fucking care what you paid for that piece of shit, rusty ass robot. Like, fuck your robots, dude. You could take your robot and you can go get him a fucking hotel and let him fucking lube it up and stick it in. If that's how much I like, that is for your own fucking amusement. Fuck that robot, piece of shit. But if you want to do it, I see how it can make sense. I want to, man, they were talking about fucking robots. I was hoping that we'd have drones fucking delivering us shit by now. We're getting this news about fucking robots in a warehouse. Fuck a robot. We want drone delivery. I want to see them little fucking things carrying my 100-pound desk that the fucking USPS is 15 days late on delivering. They're bankrupt. They're bankrupt. It's not my fucking problem. Fuck the postal service. Subsidize that shit. That would save the country a ton of fucking money. And I'm sure I'm gonna piss a lot of people off because they have relatives that worked in the postal service and all this. My granddaddy retired from the postal service. Fuck him. Fuck the postal service. We didn't have UPS. We didn't have FedEx. We didn't have Prime. We didn't have DHL back then. We got all that now. They can deliver products 10 times better than the fucking post office can. Fuck the post office. I said it and you heard it here first. Fuck the post office. Get rid of them. They're
You're
leeching money out of the other programs. Let's put that money in education so we can have people program the fucking robots for Amazon.
well.
You're
Anyway,
speechless.
that's all I got. That's all I got.
Fucking postal service. That one gets my goat too, man. Fuck them in their little fucking. Why can't they drive a regular vehicle? The only ones that you see driving regular vehicles are the ones out here that do the rural mail. I like
Right.
those mail people. Maybe we keep them, but get rid of the fucking in town ones or the dudes that they fucking run around. They look like they're working in a fucking rice field with those little stupid ass hats that they wear. You seen them?
Yeah, they're like safari hats.
They haven't updated that uniform since 1927, dude. He's walking around, his shorts are up like halfway up his thighs. He's got a shirt on that's tucked into the shorts. You don't tuck shirts in when you're wearing shorts. That looks stupid. And he's got a fucking safari hat. It looks like he's about to go take you on a fucking adventure in the savannah.
Oh, apparently, they didn't get the memo on dress code.
Yeah, get some regular polos for those guys. Let them wear their own khaki shorts. Like, what the fuck's your problem? Update your dress code. That's stupid. Fucking Safari. Looking, I'm telling you, and the little fucking stupid ass vehicles they drive around in, that looks like a safari vehicle. Little
It
boxy.
does.
It looks like a goddamn go-kart. It looks like something you would get for a kid to run around your backyard with. How we get on the fucking post service, man?
I don't know.
It's Amazon. Amazon's another one, man. They rile me up. I love them and I hate them at the same time. I can't live with them and I can't live without them,
That's true.
especially when they fuck my shit up. But they gave me this exercise bike for free. Like, I ordered it and they sent the wrong model and I got a refund for it. And I'm like, and it hadn't gotten here. So I'm like, shit, probably got messed up. Probably had a postal service driver have it. You sent a 300-pound product with this poor little 90-year-old postal driver. And I thought he maybe dropped it and fucked it up, but it gets here. It's just a wrong model. That's all that was wrong with it. It was a different model than the one I ordered. I was like, okay, that's free. That's cool. I'm
So
keeping it.
they didn't make you send it back, or you're not going to return it.
No, they don't make you send it back. It's more of a hassle for them to take it back. So they know they sent the wrong product rather than me send it back and get the right product. They just tell you to keep it and give you a refund.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep. So maybe that mistake wouldn't have happened if they had a robot. But that's the thing too. Like Amazon is just a distribution channel for some of their products. So like this, it came from a private seller, and I think it came from like China or something. So are they going to put like robots in China? Like, how's this infrastructure going to work? Because that's gonna start a war with the Chinese.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can't control our slaves anymore. Robots have taken over Amazon, so let's bomb America.
Oh my god. What else do you have? Or well, that's all I got. What do you got? What do you got next, D?
Well, I think we should do the Holy Saint for the week.
All right.
And in the news, we've got an article that I sent you, and we didn't use it as a clip, but Dr. Phil is retiring after 21 seasons of the Dr. Phil show. And you know what? Dr. Phil, in my opinion, is a great human. I like going on the woke social media and seeing people reply to like how he's exploited people and all this. No, he didn't. He was trying to help people. He's trying to help everybody. Jerry Springer exploited people and he enjoyed it. I love Jerry Springer too, but he made his money. But Dr. Phil, I think, had a genuine heart for people, and they exploited themselves. They were going on national TV. Like, we like to blame the product, not the person, and Dr. Phil going to take an interesting guest. I mean, you got Trailer Park Tammy coming to your show. Yeah, I'll take you. It's going to be an interesting show. But he also legitimately, I think, tried to help people. Like, so the Cash Me Outside girl, I think he tried legitimately helping her, but her hard-headed ass just didn't want the help. So 21 seasons to Dr. Phil. A couple seasons before that when he was on Oprah. So salute to Dr. Phil, our holy saint of the week. It's a good dude. Has horrible hair, strong mustache. But we salute you, sir. and we will get you on the show one day, and we will have your opinion on our multitude of topics. And you're probably going to refer me for a mental evaluation because of my rants, but and that kind of gets me into like the whole idiot thing. Then that's where I get my stance on kids was from Dr. Phil. He helped me formulate that opinion. I ever tell you that?
No.
I was watching a Dr. Phil show, and it was about one of those unruly little 10-year-old shithead kids. And Dr. Phil said, you have to love your kids. You don't have to like them. I was like, all right, I can roll with that. Like, I understand what you're saying. I don't have to like their personality sometimes. I have to love them and be there for them, take care of them. So Karen, if you're out there listening still, fuck you. Kids are idiots. And I'll give you one more example of kids being idiots. Okay. So my ex wife, who was an idiot herself, and they said it about all their kids. Oh, they were so smart. And even her, she didn't wipe her own ass until she was like 13 years old. But that's beside the point. So everybody said, Jesse, and this is how I got my experience with children too. Her sister, I raised her three kids because she was a meth head junkie that went out and just had kids and didn't want to take care of them. She was just focusing on, you know, turning tricks for hits. She just needed that meth pipe. So they said, what happened to Jessie? She was so smart. Oh, she was a fucking idiot. And you didn't parent her well enough. And even if you do your best job at parenting, they can still turn out and do that. But I blame her parents for it because they were fucking idiots and gave those kids everything they wanted. There's no consequence to anything. So that's what happens. That's why I say kids are fucking idiots, because you got this dumb bitch out there turning tricks for hits of methamphetamines. So, Karen, if you're listening still, Dr. Phil said it. That's where I got my fucking motivation from. Kids are stupid. It's our job to make them not as stupid. So, but Dr. Phil, thank you for your work in the community and trying to save America. I think he's going on to save the American family. I think that's what it said in the article I read. He's focusing on the struggling American family. So he wants to help out the communities and everything. He realizes that we're going through a difficult time right now in the world, and just hats off to that dude. I mean, he should probably keep his on, but we'll take ours off for him. His bald spot is very strong, so we just let him keep his hat on for incognito purposes. But Dr. Phil is
Amen.
the holy saint. Do you have someone that you want to nominate for the unholy saint for the shitbag of the week?
The unholy shitbag of the week. No, I don't. Well, I don't know. The chicken wing woman taking food out of those poor, impoverished school district kids' mouths. I guess we could nominate her unless you got somebody better.
I think Vera mouse nest in her head. I think she qualifies for that. Because not only did she take, because a lot of these school districts, they utilize similar food supply channels as everybody else. So she, in part, could have helped drive the shortage of chicken wings for the rest of us that inflated the prices. So not just for the
Wow.
kids, she could have affected each and every chicken wing loving American. So you know what, Vera? You could take those chicken wings, that whole 50,000 pounds of them, and shove them straight up your ass. I hope you're happy. I hope you get the maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. And I hope that every time they have fucking chicken wings, I hope you get it right up to your lips. You could taste the hot sauce because you smell it. And you just, oh, and as soon as you get it, and you got Big Bertha comes up and knocks the fuck out of you and takes that chicken wing straight out of your hand. I hope that's what happens to you while you're in prison, fucking stealing chicken wings from the goddamn kids. What's your problem?
You might be right. She might have been the reason why chicken wings went up so much because they did go up a lot during and
Oh,
after COVID.
no shit, man. I used to buy them. I used to cook them in the air fryer. Now it's like, I mean, I'll go out to Wingstop every once in a while and get them. I'm not buying a whole bag to cook myself. They're so fucking expensive.
Right.
It's like, man, I'd rather just, if I'm paying these prices for them, we, I might as well just go get them from a restaurant. They're already cooked.
Go eat out. Yeah.
We need that dude from Congress or whoever used to be, the rent is too damn high guy
Yeah.
with the black dude with the beard, the white beard and shit, the mutton chops.
Yeah. I can't
And he
remember
wears
his name.
the black gloves. The rent is too damn high. We need to get him on this and tell him that the chicken wings are too damn high.
Right.
Fucking community service activist, and we need to get him to lower the get with Tyson Foods, Purdue, fucking Pilgrim's Pride. and let them know these chicken prices are not cool with us.
It's not
I
gonna
can't
work.
even buy fucking eggs, dude. I used to consider, like, whenever I do breakfast, to be like, am I doing bacon or sausage? Bacon's a little expensive. So maybe, and this was when I was a little less monetarily solid. I'd be like, man, I can't afford bacon. We'll get some sausage and do sausage and eggs because it's cheap. Now it's like, fuck, can I afford eggs? I can afford the bacon and sausage, but do I want to spend fucking $10 on a dozen of jumbo eggs? No, I think I skipped the eggs this time. And then it's like the baby loves them, so I gotta fucking get them. I go broke just buying goddamn eggs and chicken wings, man. Fuck that
I,
bitch, Barra, you asshole.
there was a lady in Southern California that says she has to literally shop all around town for eggs, and the average price for a dozen is like $15.
That's insane. That's in California.
Southern California,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're probably hella regulated too. They probably got fucking extra regulations on their chickens. They got to make sure their chickens are environmentally friendly. They probably have them fucking shitting in little chicken coop chutes, and they collect their shit to use as fertilizer. Because they want to be environmentally friendly, and apparently all animals release carbon monoxide and all this other shit. So it's the people that eat meat's fault.
Right, right.
Maybe we should get some robot chickens like the show, but real robot chickens that lay real eggs.
That'd be cool.
There would be. We're way off from that. As long as it's not like that Impossible Burger shit. You ever tried
Oh
one?
God, no, I don't want to either.
You don't want to eat plant based fucking meat?
I don't have no. I have no desire for that.
Eat the wedgie burgers. That's what the people. We did a catering down at and I'm laughing at someone's accent with that, but we did a catering years ago down at AstraZeneca, and there was a bunch of like Indian, like the Asian Indian people,
Right.
and they kept asking for wedgie burgers, and I was like, what are they saying, wedgie? And I'm like, they can't say the V.
Wedgie burgers.
And they were specific too. And man, I kept hiding it. They're like, did those tongs touch the meat? I said no. I served a burger right before that with those same pair of tongs.
Oh, that's wrong. That's
I
wrong.
didn't do it to be like ignorant or anything. I was just like, man, that's a lot of work switching fucking tongs up and shit. I'm here. There's 500 people coming through this line. Like, come on, dude. You're worried about a little bit of fucking beef grease that got on your goddamn wedgie burger?
Wedgie burger.
They get a wedgie burger. Listen to this shit. They get a veggie burger and they put fucking cheese on it.
What?
That's a fucking dairy product. Like, it's a product of a cow, right?
It's not vegan, yeah.
Like, I didn't think you could eat, like, I guess people just make up their own fucking rules.
That's what it sounds like.
Realistically, you can, like, just get rid of that stupid fucking idea, that notion. Like, if you're Jewish or Muslim and you can't eat pork, dude, fucking hot dogs are good. Bacon is fucking delicious. Have you ever eaten beef bacon?
No, I
It,
haven't.
it's atrocious. It's one of the worst tasting meats I've ever, and I'm a meat dude. You're a meat cutter. I'm a meat fucking eater. I love meat. Like, I'll try any kind of meat. Stay away from beef sausage. It tastes like dog shit.
Beef sausage or beef bacon?
Beef bacon. Beef sausage is only good if it's like a dinner sausage, in my opinion, like a beef kielbasa or something like that. That's the only time I really like beef sausage. Pork sausage is for breakfast, and I can get down like pork Italian sausage, shit like that. I don't care for liverwurst, anything. That's a little weird. That's nasty shit. You ever tried that?
No.
We're gonna sit here and talk about food. I'm gonna get hungry too, man. And that fucking dude on YouTube's right. I shouldn't be giving fucking dietary advice to the pandas. I cannot follow my own advice, much less myself. So props to him. And I just want to let him know that, you know, when you get on there and you see this short, I want to give you the reason that I'm so big is because every time that I fuck your mother, she feeds me a full dinner, a full 5 course dinner right after. So that's the reason. So if you want to check that, check with your mother, buddy. But
Shit.
so fucking people and their sausages, dude. And I like sausage because I'm German. No, you don't. You like sausage because you're fucking American.
Right.
You like sausage just because you like sausage. That's another thing I'm sick of, dude. Another thing I'm sick of is people blaming their little eccentricities, C's, whatever, on being a different nationality. Look, man, this is America. We got off that boat. Your family got off that boat probably 500, 600 years ago. Any link that you had generationally faded like 3 or 4 fucking generations ago. You're not an asshole because you're Irish. You don't like fucking pretzels and beer because you're German. You don't like sausage because you're Polish. You like it because it's what you fucking like. You know?
Right.
But stop it. Stop it. It's just, why does this shit bother me, dude?
I don't know.
Are we doing pick your pawn stars this week or what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you a chance to get all your issues out.
I got a lot of issues. We'll be here all night if we keep those going. So I think it's best if we just, hopefully, it doesn't involve robots, sausage, bacon, eggs, chicken wings, Kias, Hyundais,
Kids leaving
kids.
infants at the check-in desk at air airports.
I virtually have an opinion about everything.
You do, and you make it known.
I'm well read in most things, I guess.
All right. Well, Pick Your Porn Stars is a segment that we do every week where we take three characters out of the four from the Pawn Stars show that used to air on the History Channel. Once again, we're going to leave Rick out of these scenarios. So the only three that you have left are Chumley, Pops, and Corey, Rick's son, Big Hoss. So, Dustin, your first scenario. You're riding an elevator with one of three Pawn Stars. That elevator stops midway through the route of where you need to go. So you're trying to get to 15. This elevator stops, say, somewhere around the seventh floor, and you're stuck in that elevator for an undetermined amount of time. You could be stuck in that mug for 2 days. Which three Pawn Stars would you pick to be stuck in that elevator? What's your choice?
So Rick's cut out again.
Yeah,
Damn, man. I'd say I'd probably take Corey in that scenario. I don't pick him a lot, and I just realized it, but I think Corey is resourceful. We don't give him credit for it. I think he wouldn't like being stuck in an elevator as much as I wouldn't like it. So I think he'd want to get the fuck out of there like pronto. I think Chum would probably be like, he'd probably say something stupid like, oh, the elevator stopped moving. No fucking shit, dude. Like, we're not moving, obviously. So what do you want to do about it? We're like, I don't know. Maybe we should use this call button. And so I'd end up being the one doing all the fucking work with Chum. He'd
you
probably be
would.
sitting over in the fucking corner of the elevator like a fucking panda, chewing on a fucking beef stick that he stole from the lobby, and I'd be fucking sitting there like panicking. It's getting hot, and he's just perspirating and eating and he's putting off noxious fucking fumes because he's eating that beef stick, that Jack Link's beef stick.
He's eating, he's sweating, it's just getting just the air's thick in that elevator.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't smell the best either.
No.
He probably forgot to put deodorant on that morning. He looks like a dude that would walk out of the house and forget to put his deodorant on. And unlike the rest of us, because if I do that, I stop at like the fucking dollar store once I realize it. Because I've done it before, not often, but I'll stop at the dollar store and get a cheap stick of, the little travel size and just throw some on because I'm not walking. But he doesn't give a fuck. He has no regard for anybody else.
Right.
So he's probably smelling pretty fucking ripe. And he looks like his feet stink too.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looks
definitely.
like he looks like one of those people who their feet stink through their shoes. Like, you ever met them people? Like when they
Yeah.
walk up next to you and they're talking to you and their feet are just fucking rank.
Yeah, you don't know whether it's the feet or the shoes. You don't know which to blame.
Yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't take Pop just because I think it's not a good scenario for him to be in health wise. Trapped in an elevator. I think he'd be trying at first to get us out, but I think ultimately he might meet his demise there. Every scenario that you give me, like Pops could die in.
Right.
And I just don't know that I'd want to him to I don't want him to have his last moments in an elevator
With you.
with me, with anybody. Just that's a shitty way to go is in an elevator. It's cool
True.
if you're like maybe it's like a scene of Die Hard or something, and that's the way you go out. Like
Mission
you're in a
Impossible.
yeah, you're in a fucking hotel elevator and the hotel's been fucking commandeered by like terrorists, international terrorists, and they cut the cord of the elevator. You die that way. Like I get down with that, but we're just in a shitty ass hotel in fucking Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or something,
Right.
and we're trying to get up to floor 15 just to go to the Skytop bar, and it just stops on floor 13. Nah, well, me and Corey make it out of that one.
Yeah, it's not a cool kind of undercover agent type. We're gonna harness ourselves and then go through the trap door of the elevator. There's none of that involved. This is just plain a bad day. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I think if we're like, say we're at that level where there's like that much left or so, like to go, and Corey's lost so much weight that he could get through that and he
Right.
could go get us help. And Corey has some good conversation too. So if we did wait it out, probably be okay. Chum would, as always, end up getting on my nerves at some point.
That's for sure. All right. So the next one is almost a similar emergency situation, but a little bit different. So the second scenario is you are taking a plane ride and it's just you and one other pawn star, the pilot and the co-pilot. Okay. And in this scenario, both the pilot and the co-pilot are out. They're done. They're unconscious. There's no way they're going to be able to fly this plane. You have to emergency fly this plane and land it so that everyone stays alive. And your co-pilot, you're co-piloting this plane with one of our three pawn stars. Dustin, which one do you choose?
Pops, military. It's as simple as that. He's got military training. I don't think he flew planes, but it's one of those situations where you need to be calm. You need to have your bearings. I think he could take command of the situation and help calm people down and calm me down, quite frankly, because I'd be shitting bricks. And I think we would make it out of that scenario with Pops at the helm. I think he would be the hero. I don't think it would even be like you've got to have someone co-pilot with you. I think Pops would take full and total control of the situation, and he would be the savior of the day. I mean, that's would you put Chumley really like he shouldn't even be in an option for co-piloting a plane. He
No,
shouldn't
I.
even fly a Vespa or whatever the small. He shouldn't even fly a crop duster. He shouldn't even fly a fucking drone. You know.
Well, in that one episode, he couldn't even fly a kite. Remember, it got stuck up in
Yeah,
that in the light post.
exactly. You can't even fly a wind powered plastic kite. Like you're not helping me out of that scenario. Corey might do okay. I think he would just start freaking out. He'd probably get pissed off at something and like start slamming shit around. He'd fucking slam the controls and we'd just go into a fucking nosedive.
Yeah,
He'd be like, "How the fuck did this happen?" and hit it, and we're just nosedive.
you're probably right on that one.
And Pops would just be like, "What the hell did you do, Dustin?" Like, I don't know. It fucked something up. Can you fix it?
That's about right. Well, we'll go to the third one then. So you're about to get married to the love of your life. I guess in your case, you'd be getting remarried, and you have one of three choices for the best man at your wedding, and you can't choose anybody else but Chum, Corey, or Pops. Who do you choose? And remember, these people are going to be meeting your family members. They're going to be meeting your wife's family members. So it's going to be a big deal.
Come. I'd
Chum?
take him. Yeah, he'd be fucking awesome. Like, I don't know. Like, my family kind of already knows, like, somewhat, how I am, and like, it wouldn't be out of the norm for me to fucking be around someone like him. Um, so
I don't know what that says about you.
he's just a party animal, and I just like it wouldn't. They'd be like, "Oh shit, he's coming," like it
Here
would be
we
like
go.
that, and I'd be like, it's like you're fucking. You don't want to bring him, but you do. It's kind of like he's like the dude from The Hangover.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Ethan, or
like
not, whatever his name was.
Chum's like kind of like the mascot that everybody knows you have to bring to something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, we if we have like a full wedding like videographer and everything, it would definitely be memorable. I could probably sell it to like America's Home Videos, or even make a documentary, mockumentary style movie, like shoot it in the format of like Trailer Park Boys, and it would not cease to entertain.
You think Chum would be the guy that gets wasted and then falls into the wedding cake?
Yeah, and I think I'd get a kick out of it. I think it just like it wouldn't be preferable to happen, but like I'd have to like fake my outrage about it, but I'd probably inside I'd be like, that's fucking awesome.
Well, remember, this man is coordinating your bachelor party and then also giving the toast at your wedding ceremony. So, or the wedding reception, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Yeah, especially the bachelor party. I mean, would we even make it to the wedding partying with Chum? You
Probably
know,
not.
I'd be fucking tucked away on the roof of some Las Vegas hotel, and I wouldn't make it. So, I mean, in the toast, that would be memorable too. I mean, depending on when he gives the toast. I mean, do we give the toast at the beginning of the reception, or is it halfway through? Is it at the end? I mean, depending on when he gives that, we'd be in for a treat. I'd say like halfway, we'd probably get the best possible version because he'd be a little drunk, but not too shit faced enough to where he couldn't totally give one. I think at the end of the wedding, it would be just a slur of words, and no one would understand what he's saying. And then, like you said, he'd fall into the wedding cake.
Right. I think it would be the levels like the beginning of the reception, he would just say something stupid. The middle of the reception, he would say something outrageous. But then towards the end of the reception, after he's nice and buzzed up, he'd probably just go nuclear. It would just
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
Like the middle one would be like something outrageous but somewhat sentimental because the alcohol would bring that out of him.
Right.
So yeah, in the end could either be like just gibberish. It could be him just going postal and like nuclear, like you said, and just being a total fucking dick to everybody because
Right.
he's been fucking pounding shots at Jack, and he just turns into an asshole and he just annihilates everybody. Or yeah, or maybe we go to get the toast and he's fucking passed out behind the shed and nowhere to be found. He's got his fucking pants down around his ankles. He's covered in shit and puke. So it would be an interesting event. That's to say the least.
Well, those are my three pick your pawn stars. So that's all I got.
That was good. Good ones. I enjoyed
Thank you.
these. Again, man, I love I say it every week. It's the third week. I love it. It's fucking awesome. Just to think about the scenario and who like because then you think about how each person would react, so it's something fun, man. So pick your pawn star as always was a treat. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
And so I think we're coming to about the end. I think we hit just about everything. We had the pick your pawn stars. We just finished up. We did our news. We did the news that we think that you need to hear. We did the news that we think is important. And if you don't think our news is important, I got a couple choice words. Go fucking read CNN. Because if you don't think our news is important, if you don't think that someone stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings is important, if you don't think that someone stealing Hyundais and Kias, you don't think the robot revolution is important, let me tell you something. Go look at fucking CNN, and they're going to have on their front page that it's not a drill. Beyonce's going on concert. So if you don't like our news, you need to get off your fucking high horse and come back down to planet Earth because Beyonce touring is not fucking news at all. That bitch is doing her fucking job. Her job as a musician and entertainer is to go on goddamn tour. So if you don't like our news, go fuck yourself and Brian Stelter. Okay? And fucking Don Lemon. Go join that crowd and read their fucking shit news. We don't source our news articles from CNN. We source them from everywhere else. We're
Right.
probably going to use CNN sometime in the future, though, just because they are a news outlet. But we're not going to fucking pick that story about
Not this week.
Beyonce. Can you believe that Beyonce's on tour again? Oh my God. It's like, have you seen the fucking prices of her tour?
No.
It's outrageous. It's just like Taylor Swift all over again. So you're this huge artist and you're making all this money, you're rich, and you have like outrage about social issues and inequality and shit. But then you go on tour and you sell a fucking way out, like in the grassy field section of your tour. Not even, you can't even see them at that point. You could barely hear them. And you sell that ticket for fucking $1,000. But you give a fuck about social issues. And CNN has to go out of their goddamn way to post, this is not a drill. No, this is not a drill. It's something when we have a fucking spy balloon flying over our fucking heads, or Russia decided to nuke Ukraine or Germany or something. This is not a drill kind of material.
Right.
We don't come at you when we bring you the news. This is not a drill. A bar in Las Vegas hired a robot and it added a 10% charge, even though we should, because that's an important fucking issue. We should be, screaming it from the fucking towers, but we don't. That's a bullshit news article. So if you guys have news articles that you think's interesting, you're going to hear our contact information a little bit later. We'd love to hear it. If you've seen an article, I'm going to drop a phone number. You can leave a voicemail. You can shoot a text. You can send an email. We want to hear the news articles you guys have out there too, because we care about the news that's important to you. We don't care about fucking Beyonce going on tour or fucking Michael Jackson's pet panda. Man, it gets me going again, dude. But that's how much I believe in our news. I believe that you bring us the breaking news articles that are the important ones.
I try.
So, with that being said, also this is something that we're going to start doing, and this is for our listeners as well. If you know of a business that you think would be interested, let us know. This is also to the business owners, small business owners in the immediate Washington County, Frederick County area. Technically, in my opinion, all over Maryland. But we try to keep it at a small business. If you want a free shout out, something like that, if you want to work in collaboration like that, I've got some contact information. You can reach us on all of our social, but we don't want assholes. We don't want you to be an unholy saint on the show. So we want good, reputable businesses. We don't want insurance companies. Okay. We don't want those because I don't care if you're a small time insurance agent. We don't want you. But if you want to reach out, you could reach out. You could call 301. That's the area code 301 800 8290. You could shoot a text to that too. It's a cell phone. Twitter, we're at UBEC_podcast. Facebook at UBEC.studios. YouTube, UBC, we're at UBEC Studios. TikTok at UBEC.studios. And if you want to hit us on the classic, what is turning into the snail mail, spam mail, ubec.wd@gmail.com. Reach out. And I mean, if you wanted to throw something in there, like, some kind of code. And like I said, this is 100% pro bono. Nothing's going to be charged. We're not, looking for anything other than to promote local businesses and get their name out there as long as, or, as well as ours, and work in coalition to get your goods and services to people that maybe didn't know about it. So reach out in any one of those forms. Like I said, if you have a family member that owns a business, maybe your cousin Johnny owns a landscape company and he needs to get some new clients, let us know. We'll put it out there for him. We'll give them a shout out on our next episode. We could even make a quick little snippet for them, a little clip of us just talking about his services with his contact information. I can throw together a quick little poster for you. Doesn't take long. You know, a lot of people are entrepreneurial and trying to start their small business, trying to start a podcast, trying to start anything like that. Anyone ever has questions, reach out to us. We're not perfect, we're not professionals, but we're learning, and we'd love to help people grow as we grow in our journey.
It's free promo too, guys. Don't miss an opportunity. Don't be stupid and miss a good opportunity. It's free promo. You tell us the business, tell us what you want us to say about your business, give us contact information. Bam. It's that easy. You don't even have to get off your couch.
That's easy. Like I said, I gave you all the social, gave you phone numbers, email. Takes 10 seconds to send a text. You know, so get on it and do it. And we'd love to, you know, have like a segment each week, you know, our small business of the week that we give a shout out to. Small businesses, like I said, it could be anything you want it to be, as long as it's not an insurance company.
Right.
Now, if you're an insurance company, I'll tell you the one way that you could get back in my good graces, and I'd maybe consider you, is if your insurance company still fully insures Kias and Hyundais at no additional charge.
Yeah, right. Right.
So, yeah, definitely reach out to us. And then that also goes like for the people that are listening, if you want to reach out on any of those platforms, if you have a funny story about something you need to get off your chest, shoot it over to us, and you know, we'll have a featured segment in the show for you where we, you know, if you're having a bad day and you just need us to talk about your bad day and maybe give some of our insight. I call it insight. I wouldn't say it's advice, because I don't give the best advice now. I might tell you to do some crazy shit that you might not want to do. But it'll give you some help. Maybe you just need someone to talk to, and we're here to listen and share your stories. So businesses, anyone wants to reach out to us, just reach out. We'd be happy to hear.
Right.
So yeah, I think we covered all bases this week. I think we got a couple good topics for the news. You know, shared my opinion on a multitude of topics, some not even related to what you were talking about.
That's true.
I mean, you give me a little piece of something, you say a word, it's like MK Ultra inside my head. That word just turns me into a different person. You know, maybe they ran some mind control experiments on me one day and I didn't even know it, you know.
Those are trigger words: panda, robot, food service,
Insurance.
insurance, old people,
Man, the fucking old people, dude, they're Vanta Black sunglasses. If you
boy
guys,
moms.
if you don't know what Vanta Black is, Google it. It is the darkest color known to man on the spectrum that we can see, at least. And those fuckers put it right over top their goddamn eyes. They already can't see shit. So, but yeah, I think that's our show for this week. So as always, we appreciate you stopping in on this Sunday, and reach out to us if you're a small business, and we would definitely be happy to get you some free promo. Anything else
Right.
from you, Will?
We love boy moms.
Yeah, hashtag we love boy moms. Fuck over yourselves. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week.